Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. I'm Dr. Mazila binti Omar. So today we continue about modules designing the curriculum. Okay, actually we have many modules. Okay, for designing the curriculum, but in this session I just want to explain two modules. The first one is Tyler's model 1949 and the second one is Hilda Taba. Okay. Basically, the model includes an organization of and relationships among 5 mutually interactive elements. Okay, and the elements includes objective, content, learning experience, teaching strategies, and evaluative measures, so that the system of teaching and learning is represented. Okay. So the first model is from Ralph Tyler, 1949. This is a planning model. Okay, Tyler's model states how to build a curriculum. Advantages of the Tyler model are it can be applied to any subject and to any level of teaching. Okay. It also can provide a set of procedures which are very easy to follow and which appear to be most logical and rational. And Tyler models all at the time the model was the first published. It broke new ground by emphasizing student behaviors and learning experience. Okay. So the guidelines for evaluation were also far more comprehensive than others available in the 1940s. Okay. So the figure here shows the 4 steps of the planning model. The first one is objective. Okay, objective is what educational goals should the school seek to attain. Okay, so it's objective. The second step is selecting learning experience. Okay, how can learning experience be selected which are likely to be useful in attaining this objective? Okay. The third step is organizing learning experience. Okay, so how can learning experience be organized for effective instruction? Okay, and the last step is evaluation. Okay, how can the effectiveness of learning experience be evaluated? So this is a planning model from the from the Ralph Tyler's 1949. Okay. And the second model is from Hilda Taba. Hilda Taba is an instructional strategist approach. Okay, so Taba's model, you can see the figure here. Okay, so Taba's model contains within it a number of innovative aspects, specificity in determining objectives and content. Okay. And Taba also the innovative aspects also include the learning experience selected and organized in accordance with which specified criteria. Okay, and the teaching strategies that specify a variety of methods and technology, and the last one is the aspect is an elaborate array of evaluative procedures and measures. Okay, the external factors to the model that may affect its internal components are also represented. Okay, such factors include first the nature of the community in which the school is located, its pressures, values and resource. Number 2 is the policies of the school district. Okay, and the third factors is the nature of a particular school, its goals, resource and administrative strategies. The fourth factors is the personal style and characteristic of the teachers involved, and the last one is the nature of the student populations. Okay, so there's two models. Okay, I think as a curriculum designer, we need to master for the Taba and the Tyler models. Okay. Okay, the most common picture of the curriculum used to be that which is shown in the figure. It illustrates a popularly held belief that education consists of facts which have to be examined. There are least assumptions implied on developing curriculum program for early childhood education seem to be based. So this is a general curriculum model. So you can see that we have a ways of teaching, organization of content, and the last is examination. So this is a general curriculum model. The Tyler rationale, as it has become known, continues to be the basis of much of the recent curriculum development which has taken place. Attempts have been made to extend the list of possible questions comparing the curriculum process, for example, with a journey, as the figure shown. Is the journey necessary? Okay, what are we going? So there is a aims and objective. What route do we take? So there is a subject model. What vehicle shall we drive? Okay, so there is the content. How shall we drive the vehicle? Okay, so there is a approach to learning. What sort of map shall we provide? Okay, so there is a educational technology. Who are our fellow travelers? Other areas of the curriculum. How do we tell whether we are on the right track? Okay, so there is a evaluation. How can we tell if we have arrived? Okay, so that is an assessment. How do we tell others? Okay, so there is dissemination. And what mistakes did we make? Okay, so that is a feedback. So that is a journey of the curriculum process. Okay, I can share to all of you. Okay, from the figure on the slide. All right, now I want to explain about the curriculum implementation. So curriculum starts as a plan. It only becomes reality when teachers implement it with real students in a real classroom. Careful planning and development are obviously important, but they count for nothing unless teachers are aware of the product and have the skills to implement the curriculum in their classroom. So there are many factors affecting in implementation, but I just want to explain four factors. Okay, the first one is characteristic of the change. Okay, so the characteristic of the change is need for and relevance of the change. Okay, um, needs to clarify, need to complexity. It's a complexity, quality and practicality of program. Okay, example materials. And the characteristics of the school district level is the history of innovative attempts, the adoption process, central administrative support and involvement, the staff development in service and participation, timeline and information system, okay, for the evaluation, board and community characteristic. Okay, so there is a characteristic at the school district level. And the third one is the characteristic at the school level. Okay, so the principal, uh, the teacher relations, the teacher characteristic and orientations. Okay, so that is characteristic of the school level. And the last one is characteristics external to the local systems. Okay, from the role of government and the external assistance. Okay, how a planned curriculum is implemented as the enacted curriculum in any school is a complex process that can vary enormously from school to school. The only certainty about curriculum implementation is that there is no one right way of going about it for all teachers in all schools. The ongoing issues concerning curriculum implementation are not likely to be resolved, but in recent years there has been growing awareness of the complexity of the process and hence more reason for both caution and guarded optimism. It is vitally important to understand that any decision regarding one area of the curriculum process is almost bound to affect other areas. To consider aims, content, teaching and learning, and assessment in isolation will lead to major difficulties. To ignore cause aims will create problems of equal magnitude. Models can be useful when developing curriculum. Okay, so I think that's all for the process of development curriculum. Okay, thank you.